Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's Russell with Ink and Paper Blog. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing very well. I am at Green Apple Books on Clement Street and I have another new guest to introduce you to. This is Abe. Hi Abe.
Hi.
Abe is going to actually be talking about 5 YA titles, I think 5 YA titles that we're going to talk about. And I'm super excited because they are all different and they're all going to be you're going to want them. I'm just telling you, you're going to want all of them, so get ready to write them all down because you're going to be either buying them for yourself or for a young adult in your life. So here we go. Where are we going to start at, Abe?
Let's start first with Dreadnought.
Okay, this is Dreadnought by April Daniels. Let me hold the title up there for you. Okay, tell us a little bit about it.
So Dreadnought is kind of like I think it's an awesome superhero book. And I, for one, am not really into superheroes. I'm not going to lie. It's not my thing. But this book, I loved it because let's get the point out of it. The point is, there is this kid who kind of had this, he wants to be a girl, basically. But growing up with his parents that are very strict, his dad is like crazy mad all the time. And so what happens is one day he's like not going to school because he liked to dress up. And so he doesn't go to school and he ends up finding this fallen superhero who ends up kind of dying on him and passing on his superhero power to him, which they call a mantle. And so he gets the mantle of Dreadnought. And what that mantle does is it ends up turning him into a female, which he loves. And then he gets to go and join like this whole like villain corporation kind of deal, and that's where I'm gonna stop because I don't want to give anything else good away because it gets even better.
So the main character is transgender and trying to figure out how to do that in his life, and the superpower allows them to
happen in a snap.
That sounds pretty darn awesome. So that's Dreadnought by April Daniels. Let me hold it up there for you guys. By Diversion Books, who I've never heard of, so that's pretty cool. Okay. Where are we going to next?
Let's do, we go to Cinder.
Okay.
Cinder has been out for quite a bit now, and it's by Marissa Myers, which, I mean, a lot of people have heard of, or maybe not, but I still love this series because it's like human androids, and it's like such a different take on fairy tales that I give this like 10 stars all the way if we could on Goodreads, but we know it goes up to 5. And so this one's kind of like about this girl who she's a princess from the lunar, which is like the moon or whatever, and I don't want to really give much away about this one because I can tell you more about like how it was written.
So what's the fairy tale?
The fairy tale is Cinderella.
Okay, so a Cinderella and a mix of Cinderella and
let's add some robots
into
that are from
it.
the moon that are gonna invade the earth that have killed off a bunch of people with a sickness.
Oh, okay. Sounds happy.
Sounds like colonization.
Yes, it does. Absolutely. And the cover is awesome. So if you're looking for that fairy tale sort of retelling that's unique and different, and it looks like it has some space involved, it sounds like this would be a good book for you. This is a series, right? She rewrites...
And it goes up to, I believe there's 4 in the series, and they're all fairy tale based. Like, the next one is, I think, Chris, if you look in the back, it should tell you there. Or Scarlet.
Scarlet, yeah, okay.
Which will be, I think that's Little Red Riding Hood.
So, if you're looking for a series that you want to get started in, this is a good point to start in, and you highly recommend it. 10 stars.
Yeah.
10
I
stars.
give this one 10 stars, too.
10 stars. Okay, so this is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. Okay.
Alright, let's do Ghost next.
Okay, who wrote Ghost?
Ghost is by Jason Reynolds.
I'm going to hold that up for you real quick. So tell me a little bit about this one.
This book is about kind of like these kids in an urban area who basically loves to run, or it's their way of like staying out of trouble. And I recommend Ghost for people who's looking for something like diverse to read. Like I believe in like windows and things like that, like seeing yourself in a book and also looking at other people in books, which should be a thing. And this is like one of those books that'll kind of show you the value of like what it's like to be a middle school kid in such a like hard kind of environment. And this is a middle grade book, and so it's not that rough. It's still kind of good. and it gets to the point very quickly. If you're an adult, you're just like, you can read this in one sitting. But, you know, I mean, I took a while to read it because I kind of like Jason Reynolds' writing.
Okay. And the main character, he's the runner, Ghost?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I forgot his name, sorry. His real name is Castle Crenshaw.
It happens, you guys know, I never remember the name. So Castle Crenshaw, he's known as Ghost because of the way he runs.
Yeah, basically he's kind of like a ghost because they started off on a field or whatever, and he just kind of took off and just started running with them out of nowhere.
Oh, interesting. Okay, and it deals with sort of socioeconomic sort of stuff.
Yeah, and it also talks about, like, teamship and, like, friendship, basically,
Awesome.
and how to work with others in difficult environments.
And it was a National Book Award finalist, so that's awesome. So
and also, the kids didn't like one another at all, and that's fun to watch them sort of grow into liking one another.
Oh, well, cool. That actually sounds like real fun. That sounds like if you have a middle grade reader, that this would be a great book for them. Okay, so that's Ghost by Jason Reynolds. And this is there's a follow-up, right?
There's 2 follow-ups.
Two follow-ups. So again, another series. That's what you can always rely on, YA. They usually create a series for you so you can really dive into
You can
something.
get immersed in there. That's what's great about it there, because you're like, oh, I just start one book, and then you get addicted to it, and you're like, God, there's like 5 more.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, what's next?
So let's do Whatever next. Whatever is like a book that I recommended for Pride kind of last year.
Awesome.
And this is Pride Month again here. And so why not recommend it again?
And it's by S.J. Goslee. Let me hold that cover up there for you guys real quick. Okay.
And so this one is kind of like one of those typical high school, like, contemporary, I guess, like, the best comparison I could say, if you've ever watched the movie Dazed and Confused, it's very old. Well, it's not very old.
Watch it, Abe.
Yeah. Let's say it's a little dated for times. But if you've ever seen that, this book is kind of very reminiscent of that. They're very laid back, and they kind of play guitar. And, like, their basement, they have, like, a garage band deal. And it's also about this kid coming to terms with being, like, being gay. And coming to, like, know that he likes his neighbor down the road. And it's very cool. And it's also a very quick read if you want something to read fast for, like, the Pride Month. And you're like, I have to get that one book in. Here you go.
And this is on your staff recommendations.
Yes.
What's your little blurb there? You read it to me earlier.
Oh, yeah, I just Dazed and Confused.
Or the coming out teen, right?
Yeah, for the coming out teen slacker or something like that.
So I feel like that is a perfect example of Whatever by S.J. Goslee. And he's right. It's not big, but it sounds like it has a good little message to it, and it's fun to read. Okay. And I have a feeling that the last book, a lot of you have probably heard of. Unless you're not a YA reader, I think he's going to turn you into a YA reader with this one. So what is our last book?
So our last book is by no other than Sarah J. Maas, who wrote, like, of course, that other series I won't talk about. We all know about it. But I like this series in particularly because it deals with fairies. And this is A Court of Thorns and Roses. And this is, like, another book that's a couple years old. But it's also a series. And I'm not going to lie, this is the smallest in the series. Like, they each get bigger and bigger after this. And they get good, though. It gets juicy. It's well worth it. Like, so what happens is, in this book, Freya is, like, she's out hunting for her family, and she ends up killing, like, this wolf in the woods, or this animal, and the animal comes back to her house. And turns out that it's not, like, an actual animal, but it's actually a prince of fairies named Hamlin. And so now he has to take her back with him to the other side. And let's say if you love books about fairies, or you just want, like, something that has, like, a lot of adventure and a bit of action in it, then this is good. But I also recommend that this book be for, like, 17 and older, because there is, like, 100 pages of them just, yeah. And you're like, oh my god, it's this YA? And I'm like, yeah, okay. And so that's one of those books, but it's still fun, and it's not very graphic. It just gets a little tiresome after, like, a couple days.
So a little warning for a little bit of explicitness, but not too much.
Yeah,
and this is the first, again, in another series, right?
Yeah, a really good series, though.
Yeah, and she's written a ton of books. So if you fall in love with her, or your YA reader falls in love with her, you can definitely keep going. So.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that's Sarah J. Maas, A Court of Thorns and Roses. And I want to thank Abe for being here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Wasn't too bad being on the channel, right?
No, that's awesome. You guys should come back.
So, just so you guys know, Abe is actually starting a romance section here at Green Apple Books. So next time he's on the channel, he's going to be giving you guys some romance recommendations, which we've never had. So that is super exciting.
Oh, nice. You guys are ready.
So until next time, as always, happy reading, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!